Good morning, everybody. My name is Antonio Romanucci. I'm an attorney at Romanucci Blandin. I'd like to begin by thanking you all for being here, Reverend Paul Jakes, all the reverends and ministers who are here. I am honored to be a representative for this community in this, what I believe to be significant and once again, landmark litigation in the city of Chicago. This lawsuit is about correcting wrongs. We have come to know that Chicago has a serious problem when it comes to not only policing, but also to crime. Those two characteristics go absolutely 100% hand in hand together. How the community is treated is a reaction to what goes on in our community, and that is there's a tremendous and deep sense of mistrust. Recently, we've learned that in a 4-month period in the city of Chicago, there were 250,000 people. That's 250,000 stop and frisks in merely 4 months. We extrapolate that out to a year. That's 1 million people who were stopped on a yearly basis by the Chicago Police Department. Those are the statistics that are appalling. This stop and frisk policy was born out of a policing that is not correct. It's unconstitutional, it's illegal, and it's improper. Other cities across this country have brought similar lawsuits and have had good results. What I mean by good results are that stop and frisk has been brought down to a level that is consistent with the 4th and 14th Amendment of our Constitution and Title VI, which eliminates and talks about non-discriminatory practices. The problem with 250,000 stop and frisks in the city of Chicago is that it unfairly targets and especially one racial group, and that's African Americans. 72% of those stops that were made in the city of Chicago were against people of color. The racial makeup in the city of Chicago of African Americans is not 72%. It's barely 30%. It unfairly targets young black males. These stops, these what are called Terry stops, it was a landmark Supreme Court case 50 years ago, which is still the law of this land. A Terry stop, a police officer may stop an individual if they have a reasonable, articulable suspicion of either criminal activity or that a crime has been committed. However, these Terry stops are being done under different auspice. They're done because the police believe that people are being disorderly or that they are gang loitering, and those are inappropriate substitutes for what our Supreme Court has said is a proper Terry stop. So instead, the police are catching bad guys by making indiscriminate, racially motivated, and targeted stops, searching for God only knows what, weapons, guns, expired driver's licenses, and that's how the police think that they can keep crime down. But instead, what it does, it creates an unholy butterfly effect. One stop after another continuously creates such deep mistrust and hatred amongst the community towards the police that we see these uprisings as they take place. So this lawsuit is a lawsuit that takes direct aim at stopping unconstitutional practices. We are seeking court intervention, asking the courts and even the mayor of this city, and of course our superintendent, to enjoin the police department from indiscriminate, racially motivated stop and frisks.